Hello everyone, you all are welcome to Nicelight Media channel. So we are going to be talking about frequency separation. Over the years, I have been seeing a lot of people misusing frequency separation, and some people still asking, is frequency separation important in photo retouching workflow? Yes, frequency separation is very important, and this is what we are going to be talking about in today's topic. So if this is your first time coming across my videos, kindly do me a favor by hitting that subscription button, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss many of our amazing video. Now let's jump into the reason why we are here. What is frequency separation? Frequency separation is a retouching technique that separates skin color from skin texture. Yes, allowing you to smooth tones and remove imperfection while preserving natural skin details. So with frequency separation, you can remove uneven tones and even correct some parts of your lighting. Yes, you can still use frequency separation to correct lighting too. Now, you can see this image on my Photoshop. The first thing you should do when you put your image in your Photoshop is to remove blemish, which means you have to Ctrl+J or Command+J to cut out new adjustment layer. But we are not going to be talking about removing blemish on this topic. We are just going to be going straight forward to frequency separation. Now, after cutting new adjustment layer, then the next thing you should do is to Ctrl+J or Command+J twice, which is this. Then now you name this one low, then let's use abbreviation frequency layer. This is low frequency layer, then this is high frequency layer. This is high frequency layer. So these are the two layers we are going to be working on. So the first thing we are going to do now is to turn off the high frequency layer. After turning off the high frequency layer, click on the low frequency layer. Then you come to filter, then you come to Gaussian blur. Now, what important thing you need to know is this: the amount of Gaussian blur you added to your image is how smooth your image is going to look after retouching. Yes, for example, you add radius 2.4 like this, and your texture, the skin texture, is showing. That means when you are doing your frequency separation, you are also working, when you are working on the low layer, you are also working on the high layer, because the high layer is our texture, while the low layer is our color. Yes, so we are using the high layer to preserve the texture. Then the low layer, we are using it to remove the uneven tone. So if you are to blur the low layer, you should blur it in a way that the texture will disappear a little. Yes, the texture need to a little bit disappear, like you are not seeing it, but you are seeing the color. Yes, that is what you should do. Now we are going to take it up. 8 is okay because we are no longer seeing the texture anymore, but we are seeing the color. So we are going to leave it at 8. 8 is okay like this. Then now you turn on your high frequency layer, which is the color. Now another thing you need to know is this: we have different bits of image. We have 16 bits and we have 8 bits. Now we are going to be working on 16 bits. Now you can see this image is on 16 bits. So why do I prefer working on 16-bit image? It makes my workflow easier. Yes, it makes my workflow easier. If I'm working with 8-bit image, it makes my workflow difficult for me. Yes, it makes the color look randomly somehow. So I love working on 16-bit layer because it gave me accurate color when I'm doing my frequency separation. Now, after turning on the high frequency layer, you click on the high frequency layer, then you come to your image, then you come to apply image. Now here on apply image, we have two image here. We have the 16-bit image and we have the 8-bit image. So you need to know this setting properly. Now here you come to this merge, then you click on low. Then now turn on the invert. If you are using 8-bit image, you are not turning on invert. Yes, but since we are using 16-bit image, we are turning on invert. So you come to this blending, then you change it from blending to add. If you are using 8-bit image, you are using subtraction, then offset 120, then K2. But if you are using add, since it is 16-bit image, scale is 2, but offset should be 0. Yes, then the next thing you do, you click OK. After clicking OK, you come to blending option, then remove it from normal to linear light. After remove to linear light, then you add it together in one group. Then you name it. I'm going to use abbreviation frequency separation. Frequency separation. So now we are going to be working on the low layer color. Yes, low layer color. That's what we are going to be working on. Wait, let me just, I have to, so that I won't confuse, let me name this one low layer color. So that we won't confuse. Then let's name this one high layer color, high layer texture. Sorry, high layer texture. High layer texture. So now, so I did this so that we can understand what we are doing properly. So we are working on the color. We are not working on the texture. So we come to color mixer here. So if you not see your own here on this toolbar, you can click here. You can click your right click, then you will see it here. Then you pick your color mixer. Now your width should be 5% from 2 to 10. That should be your width. Then your load should be from 75 to 100. Then your mist should be 90 to 100. Then your flow should be from let me say from 8 to 15. Should not be much. Yes, should not be much. Should also be, to me, it should also be the same, the same amount with the width also. So we are going to use it like this. You can follow my setting. So we come to the low layer. Then after picking our brush, you can increase it and reduce it. Then you zoom your image out. After zooming your image out, you check those parts that the colors are different from the main skin tone. Those are the parts you need to brush it on. Yes, don't just brush it randomly. No, brush it properly. You have to take your time to brush it properly. Now, so I'm just going to brush here like this. I'm going to brush it here like this. Then now you can see this black stuff here. I'm going to brush them out like this. So like this. Like this. So now let's see. This is before and this is after. You see, this is before and this is after. You see, after blushing it, the texture still remain the way it is, but that skin color, that skin tone, has already blended with the male skin tone. You can see. So this is how you apply it in all the skin, every part of the skin you think that have uneven tone. So let's apply it like this now. So you can see how brushing this gently. You see how I'm brushing this gently. I'm not brushing it on every part of the skin, just some few parts of the skin that has uneven tone. You can see those are the parts I'm brushing it on. So you see, now let's see, this is after, this is before, this is after, this is before. You see the changes. The changes should not be too much, because when you overbrush it, you turn your image to plastic. Yes, when you overbrush it, you turn your image to plastic. And if you want your image to remain natural, like normal natural, this is how you brush it. You only brush it on the parts that have uneven tone, to blend it with the parts that have the male skin tone. Yes, to blend it properly. That is why you are using frequency separation. It's for you to correct the uneven tones. So you see how I did this part. You see how I blend all this part properly. You see, this is before and this is after. You see these changes before and after. So this style of frequency separation work on any images. Yes, but I will advise you, if you are doing frequency separation, your image should be in high quality. Yes, should be sharp. Yeah, because if your image is not sharp, it's not going to work properly. Yes, it's not going to work properly. So your image should be very sharp. Yes, that's why we advise people to shoot in raw file. Yes, so you shoot in raw file and you will get quality retouching after your frequency separation. So this is how you do your frequency separation. After you blend the uneven tones properly, then you can come to your high frequency separation. You pick your spot healing brush. Pick your spot healing brush, then you remove those little pimples, which is blemishes. You remove those blemishes like this. You can remove the blemishes before you do your frequency separation. You can leave them after you do your frequency separation. You can use your spot healing brush to remove them. So this is how you do your frequency separation. So you see, so you remove your blemishes like this. Now, make sure you are not removing every blemishes so that the image will look real. Yes, so you have to be careful making the image look plastic. So now, and this is all. So this is before and this is after. Let's zoom it in. This is before and this is after. This is before and this is after. So your frequency separation should be little to avoid plastic retouching at the end of your photo retouching. Use little frequency separation. So this is all about our frequency separation. I hope you have learned something from this video. So my name is Arotakbo Ogenegere. So you are looking for an editor to help you carry out your photo retouching. We are always available. So send a DM. Let's work together. If you haven't subscribed, click on the subscription button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss many of our amazing video. See you guys in our next training.